everyone, and welcome again to another broadcast of Real Sports Live. We are proud to say we are here in connection with Roma's own GTN. We are coming to you live on audio only. Since it is Friday, UIL does not allow video live streaming Friday nights. So we're going to be coming to you audio. This is Evie Vasquez coming to you from Real Sports Live together with GTN here from Roma, Texas Gladiator Arena, as we have Roma Gladiators hosting Sharyland Rattlers in a 5A Region 4 matchup. We have the Sharyland Rattlers coming in with an overall record of 2-3, 1-0 in district, as district started off last week. We have Roma coming in with an overall record of 1-4, losing to Valley View last week, the start of district, so they're looking to get their first win tonight. We're about to kick off in a few seconds. We're going to go to commercials, and we'll be live in audio only again when we come back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to kick off here and get it underway, as we will have the Roma Gladiators kicking off to the Sharyland Rattlers. As I said, Roma looking for their first win this week, as they fell to Valley View last week, and Sharyland was able to defeat Cigarroa, so they're looking to keep their hot streak going. We will have number 9 for Roma, Luis Pelayo, kicking off, and we'll have 3 receivers looking to return for Sharyland. You'll have to bear with us tonight, as we don't have a roster for Sharyland, but we will be using what we can out of Max Preps. So we don't have their first names, guys, but we will be giving you their last names. We do have a roster for Roma, so we will be giving you their first and last names as the game goes on. We thank you for listening in, and we hope you enjoy this broadcast. We'll see what Roma can do here, as they've been struggling so far this season to go ahead and get some victories. They've been in some tight games. Last week they gave a good fight to Cigarro, but they weren't able to come through with the victory as they fell. Here's the kickoff to start off with Luis Pelayo. It's a high kick. It is gathered by number 11 on the Sharyland side, Solis. Solis takes it to the left side, and he is tackled. As he is tackled by Edgar Castillo, and we'll have the Sharyland looking to go ahead and drive up field from about their own 20-yard line. Make that the 17-yard line to be exact. Sharyland coming in, pretty well balanced when it comes to passing and rushing. So we'll see what they start off with here. At quarterback, you have number 4 for the Rattlers, Longoria, as you'll have a rusher line up to the left, drive it up the middle. He powers, takes a few defenders to bring him down, and he's finally down. That is number 30 for Sharyland, Escalera, as he picks up a few yards, and it'll be second down for Sharyland with about 4 yards to go for that first down. Here we have Longoria at a shotgun, looks for receiver number 3, picks up a few yards, and he's pushed out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds by number 6, and that is Adrian Maldonado, their safety, the Gladiator safety, and that brings up a first down for Sharyland. That was a pickup about another 5 or 6 yards, as they're looking to continue their drive. Longoria is out of shotgun again. He has twins on each side. Here's on motion. He fakes a handoff. He takes it in for down the middle. He picks up about another 5 yards, as it'll bring up second down for Longoria. Longoria, multiple player here. He's a quarterback, and he also plays defense. He's considered their strong safety as well. So we have a very talented quarterback, mobile quarterback here for the Rattlers. He's at a shotgun again. Here's the snap. He hands it off again, and he's brought down by the Gladiators after about 3 yards as he rushes. And again, it is number... Okay, no gain. Okay, that'll bring up third down here for the Rattlers as they continue to drive. Longoria again at a shotgun as he lines up his troops. He has his running back to his left. Here's the snap. He hands it off. Powered down the middle by number 30 again as he's picking up a few yards. He has about a 30-yard pickup by number 30 on the Rattler side. Escalera there with that drive for the Sharyland Rattlers, and move the chains for the Rattlers as they are easily moving up the field. And this Gladiator defense, you know, has to be able to stop them if they want to have a quick foreign out and get back the ball on offense. Here's a quick left pass. Number 6 is completed, and that is Davila as he receives it, and that brings up second down for the Rattlers with about 4 yards to go. That was a pickup about 6 yards for the Rattlers. Again, with ease, they're moving up the field. This Gladiator defense has to tighten it up. They want to stop the bleeding a bit. Here's a here's a handoff to number 11 as he picks up a first down, and that's a pickup about 10 yards for number 11. That is Solis. As you move the chains again for the Rattlers. Again, guys, I'll be going solo here tonight, so I'll be doing my best to kind of give you, you know, the tackles and the extra play on defense, not just on offense. So I'll be doing my best here as the Gladiators call a timeout to try to stop the momentum from the Rattlers as they are easily moving upfield. We're going to go to some commercials and we'll be right back. All right, guys, and that was quick. We are back here after a timeout by the Gladiators, and we have Longoria again lining up his troops as they are trying to get into the end zone in their first possession of the game. Here's Longoria. He has his rusher, and he follows his rusher as the defense pushes him out of bounds after a gain of about 4 yards for Longoria. Having a great night here tonight. You know, just having their way as they move up the field pretty easy. And that'll move the chains once again for the Rattlers as they are now in the red zone. Here's another pickup by the Rattlers as we have Escalera again picking up some yards. Picking up about 2 yards. And that'll bring up second down for the Rattlers. He's got 2 rushers lined up left and right. Here we go. Longoria drops back. He's looking for a receiver. He looks for a receiver. Intended receiver is caught. Intended receiver catches the ball. Here we go. Number 6 for the Rattlers, and that is a touchdown for them. Number 6, that is a grab by Davila as he himself is having a great night, and the Rattlers score on their first possession and make it look easy. Gladiator defense still struggling to keep opponents out of the end zone. We'll have the extra kick attempt, extra point attempt here for the Rattlers. The kick is up. Number 12. It is good by number 12. Number 12 here is Valdez. Valdez helping out here with that extra point, and that'll bring up the score to 7. Rattlers, Gladiators at 0, trying to get the ball back for the first time and see what they can do. Guys, we're coming to you from Real Sports Live together with GTN here in Roma. Thank you again, GTN, for helping us out. When we come back, we'll have the Gladiators getting the ball back and we'll see what they can do. All right, guys, and quickly again, we are back. We'll have the Gladiators receiving as we have David Rios and Adrian Maldonado set to receive. And number 12 for the Rattlers, again, Valdez, who just kicked the extra point, kicking off. And here's the kick. Maldonado will look to receive. He receives it at his own 5-yard line. He looks for the right. He is almost tackled there. He is running out to the left. He's still running. He's still on his feet past the 20, and he is out of bounds at the 25-yard line, the Gladiator own 25-yard line. As we'll see what they can do as Jonathan Rios looks to lead his troops for their first possession. We have Felix Gomez coming into the running doing the running game for the Gladiators here tonight, and he'll be lined up to the left of Rios. And here's Gomez here quickly with the handoff. They go straight to Gomez with the pick up about maybe 1 for the Gladiators, and that'll bring up second down.
Bringing up 2 yards. He's brought down by number 10 and number 22.
Felix Gomez, the senior, showing his veteran experience, his IQ to help these Gladiators with the running game. We'll have Rios again at a shotgun here with Gomez to his left. He drops back. He's under pressure. He looks to throw. Intended receiver, but no connection there. Intended receiver there, number 11, Cesar Morales, as it is broken up by number 8 on the number 9, correction, on the Rattler defense, Congolo. Here you go. That'll bring up third down and about 8 yards to go for the Gladiators. We'll have twins lined up on the right and on the left now for Gomez. I'm sorry, for Rios. Here's the snap. Here's a quick pitch out to the left, to his left, and no catch there. Intended receiver was Cesar Morales again, and no catch, and that'll be the fourth down. Quick 4 and out for the Gladiators as the Rattlers will look to receive again the ball quickly. We'll have number 15 kicking off for the Gladiators.
For the Gladiators is number 95, Brandon Duarte. That to receive is number 11 and number 23.
And here to kick off, we'll have Brandon Duarte for the Gladiators. He fumbles the snap, still is able to get it off. And Sharyland Rattlers chasing the ball almost into their own, almost into the end zone as they look to move up the field. Now he's past the 20, number 11 for the Rattlers, and he's still on his feet. He's past the 50, and he's pushed out of bounds there. So that's a great pickup by the Rattlers, making it look easy. That was a pickup. It looked bad there. It looked disastrous for the Rattlers as the ball almost went into, the end zone there, Gladiator end zone. They were able to quickly gather it, and move up the field, number 11 there. And that was Solis, again, picking up some great yards for the Rattlers as they'll have great position at their own 45 to work with now. We'll have Longoria again out of shotgun. Empty backfield for him. He drops back looking for a receiver. He finds one. Oh, not quite. That was number 13, Zavala, the intended receiver, as Longoria and Zavala were not able to connect there. And that'll bring up second down with 10 yards to go for the Rattlers. Again, we thank you for tuning in, guys. And just to let you know, we will be having the live video stream an hour after this game. So here we go again. Longoria at a shotgun. Well, he hands off to number 30 for the Rattlers. He picks up 5, picks up 10, picks up 13, and that's a first down for the Rattlers, number 30. Again, they're going to him a lot. escalera there, you know, moving the chains pretty easily for the Rattlers. We got some substitutes here for the Gladiators. Longoria getting some signs. Empty backfield now. Here's some movement. No, he calls his own numbers. Longoria, one defender to beat, and he's into the end zone. Another touchdown for the Rattlers. Longoria again driving it 40 yards to his own end zone. To the Gladiator end zone, correction, as they score again. We'll have the extra point coming up here. That was easy there. It was just two blockers that made it easy for Longoria to get to his end zone, to the Gladiator end zone. Not very hard there. We'll have the extra point here again being attempted by Valdez for the Rattlers to go up 14-0 on their second possession. They've scored on their second possession. They're making it look easy. Gladiators have to tighten up here tonight if they want to stay in this game. The kick is up. Referee signaled it is good, so that makes it 14 for the Rattlers, 0 for the Gladiators. We'll go to some commercials and we'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back here again as we have 7 minutes, 13 minutes remaining in the first quarter from Gladiator Arena, Roma, Texas, coming to you. Again, we were very thankful for Gladiator Television, Roma's own television network, for helping us out and bring this broadcast to you. Rattlers making it look easy here tonight. We'll be having the kickoff. We'll have Rios, again, the intended receiver here for the kick, as he catches it, and he's at his own 10. He's at his own 20 now, as he is finally pushed out at about the 27-yard line. The Rattlers push him out there as we have the second possession for the Gladiators coming up. Rios looking to lead his squad after a 4-and-out, quick 4-and-out, their first time out. Rattler defense looking very good, the last defensive out that they had, and we'll see what the Gladiators can do. Again, we'll have Rios under center, looks like this time, and we'll have a handoff here to number 6 as he picks up about 5 yards. Number 6 for the Gladiators, and that is Adrian Maldonado, the senior, picking up about 5 yards, and second down for the Gladiators. Again, Maldonado being a new weapon here on the run. Again, under center here. They hand off again. Gladiators do, and doesn't seem they picked up anything there. The rusher here was Gomez, and he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up third down for the Gladiators. Changing it up here are the Gladiators a little bit. You know, they were coming out of the shotgun formation, and now Rios is under center, and a little bit tighter here formation as they look to move up. Rios here hands off again. And no gain again. Maybe a pickup about 1 for Gomez, the rusher again, and that'll bring up fourth down as the kicking team comes on for the Gladiators. And as again, it's a quick 4-and-out for the Gladiators. They'll have to have a stop here if they want to stop the bleeding. Again, we have 5 minutes, 52 seconds remaining in the first quarter as the Rattlers again look to get the ball back. Kicking off is number 95 again, Brandon Duarte. Intended returners over here for the Rattlers as the kick is up. It is hauled in by number 23, seems like. Gonzalez picks up about another 30 yards as he is finally brought down close to the 50-yard line. Midfield by number 23, yes, Gonzalez. But there is, let's see here, do we have a flag? PA announcer calling a flag here, but I don't see it. as we'll have Sharyland taking over once again. Okay, so yes, we're going to have what seems to be a holding on the Rattlers, as that penalty will bring them back some, about 10 yards.
Holding against the Rattlers.
And they'll start now from their own 21-yard line. As they'll have quite a ways to go now, as it was a lot easier last possession as they started off from midfield. Now they'll have to work a little bit harder for it. Here we have Longoria again at a shotgun. Escalera to his right. Here's another flag. Longoria still with the ball though. He has an intended receiver who can't come up with it. Intended receiver number 13, Zavala. They can't connect, but there's a flag on the play, and we'll see what penalty they're calling here. Okay, so we have offsides on Roma's side, so that'll move up the ball for the Rattlers. Move the chain, says the referee. That'll bring a first down for the Rattlers. Longoria will have an empty backfield now, as he has somebody in motion here as he hands off. Escalera here with the ball here again. Correction, here's a fumble. It was number 4 for the Rattlers who fumbled it. Longoria, sorry. It was a keeper there. Correction. And he lost it as he went down to the floor. Longoria lost the ball. The Rattler quarterback loses it as the Gladiators take over at the Rattler 43-yard line as they look to do some damage here when we come back. All right, and we're back here as the Gladiators ran it there on their first down against the Rattlers. Number 28, sorry, for the Gladiators. Roel Villarreal lost 2 yards there. Again, here we go to Gomez. Gladiators hand it off to Gomez, which is another loss for another yard or two, as they are stopped again behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up third down for the Gladiators. It'll be 3rd and 12 for the Gladiators. Rattler defense really coming out to play tonight, as Rios will go back to his old formation. He's got triples lined up on to his right. He's looking for one of those receivers. He attempts to throw here, and they are saying no catch. Number 11 for the Gladiators, Cesar Morales, trying to bring that down, but he just can't bring it in, as we have the kicking team come on the field for the Gladiators. We'll have 95 kicking off for the Gladiators, Brandon Duarte, as we have 23 and 11. We'll have Solis and Gonzalez looking to return. Here's a bad snap again for the Gladiators. Here's the Rattlers pick it up. Number 11, as he is brought down at the 26-yard line, their own 26-yard line, as they looked again on their 3rd possession to do some damage. Gladiator defense, really working here tonight, as the offense is really not giving them any rest tonight. And Longoria will bring his troops out again for the Rattlers. He's got Escalera lined up again to his left behind him. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Here's a handoff to Escalera. He picks up 10, picks up 15, 20, 25. He's at the 40, he's at the 30. He has one defender to beat. He's pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard line by number 33 of the Gladiators. David Rios was able to catch up to him after about a 50, 60-yard pickup by Escalera as he's able to run it down, and he's in the red zone. The Rattlers are in the red zone again, looking to score and do some more damage to this 14-point lead with 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Again, Rattlers making it look easy. Longoria again with Escalera to his right, to his left, correction. He drops back looking for a receiver. He's under pressure. He needs to throw it away if he doesn't want this to be a loss. He's looking for an intended receiver. No one there. Intended receiver number 13 for the Rattlers, Zavala, as we have heavy pressure from the Gladiators on Longoria, and that'll bring up second down. 5 yards to go. They're in the red zone again, and it'll be second and goal, as the PA announcer says. Again, the Rattlers have always been this season, from the stats, a very balanced team when it comes to rushing and throwing, and they're showing that here tonight. Here we have Longoria calling his own number to the left, and he walks into the end zone. That's another touchdown for the Rattlers to make it 20-0 with the extra point coming up. Again, we haven't finished the first quarter, and we already have 3 touchdowns for the Rattlers. We'll have Valdez here attempt the extra kick, the extra point, correction. The kick is up, and they're calling it good, making it 21 Rattlers, 0 for the Gladiators, as they need to stop this bleeding soon if they want to stay in this game. Coach Frank Villanueva talking to his quarterback, trying to see if they can change things around. With 3 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the first quarter, the Gladiators. Again, we'll have Gladiators receiving. We'll have 2 deep receivers looking to return. As again, Valdez lines up the ball for the kickoff. Valdez lining up. We'll have Rios and Maldonado looking to return for the Gladiators. It's a high kick here. Number 2 receives it for the Gladiators. Edgar Castillo, as he is pushed out of bounds. Actually, he calls a fair catch there. And we'll have the Gladiators taking over on possession. They'll be starting off from their own 20, having 80 yards to go to the end zone as Rios leads his troops out. We'll have Gomez lined up to his left. He'll have 2 receivers on his left and 1 to his right. And here's Rios, hands off to Gomez. Gomez picks up 8 yards on that first down, bringing up second down and 1 for the Gladiators. Sorry, that was an 8-yard pickup. 2 yards to go. And here we go. Rios again out of shotgun. Gomez lined up to his left. Hands it off to Gomez again. Picks up a first down. Picks up 5. That's a pickup about 8 yards for Gomez. Having a great night himself. And move the chains for a Gladiator first down. Gladiators looking to even their district record after losing last week to Valley View, and seeing if they can stay in the hunt. We have 3 teams in this district who picked up wins, and Pioneer still remaining to play this week, so they'll have their first district game tonight. As again, we have Gomez again with the ball as he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 4 yards. Like I was saying, guys, we have Pioneer did not play last week, so we'll have them playing tonight for the first district game. And we will have Mercedes, Sharyland, and Valley View looking to continue their win streak as those three teams won last week, and we had Roma Cigarroa and Ed Cauchi losing. So we have 3 teams with 1 win and 3 teams with 1 loss here in this district. Back to the play here. We have Rios with Gomez to his right. Hands it off to Gomez. Gomez again stopped behind the line of scrimmage with another loss for the Gladiators, as that'll bring up 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
Brought down by number 10 and number 31.
Rios getting his play call. Here we go, out of shotgun again with Gomez to his right. Here's the snap. He's looking for a receiver, intended receiver, number 15. Can't come up with it. The ball is on the floor, but they're calling it a dead play, a dead ball there. The intended receiver was number 15 for the Gladiators, Marco Garcia, and they just can't connect. Rios and Garcia just can't connect, as that'll bring up 4th down and another set of downs gone for the Gladiators as the kicking team comes on the field. Rattlers have 2 receivers looking to return. We have 1 minute 33 seconds remaining here in the first quarter as the Rattlers are up 21-0 on the Gladiators. And we'll have number 95 again, Duarte, kicking off. Here's a high kick again, almost into the end zone. 23 picks it up for Sharyland. Here we go, Gonzalez picks up about 5 there, until finally he's pushed out of bounds at about the 16-yard line, and the Rattlers take over at their own 12-yard line, 12 or 13-yard line. Again, as stated earlier, Gladiator defense really having to work here tonight, as the Gladiators on offense haven't really been able to get much going. With 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Longoria bringing out his troops. Escalera to his left. He got triplets here on the triple on his left, and we got 1 receiver on his right. And here we have some flags. And that'll be against the Rattlers. So we'll be taking it back for the Rattlers on a false start. As again, Longoria will have twins on each side, and you'll have Escalera to his left. Here's the snap. Looking for a receiver is Longoria. Intended receiver. Great breakup there for the Gladiators. Number 15 for the Gladiators breaks up that play. Marco Garcia there. 19, correction, number 19. Iran Flores breaks up that play there by Longoria, that intended pass. Here we go, here's a snap by Longoria, looking for another receiver. He looks deep, almost caught there by number 11. Solis, intended receiver, just couldn't quite come down with it. That would have been a great and a big gain for the Rattlers had he come down with that. They're chasing there with the Gladiators, the corners. If I can see his number a little bit. Quite a ways away here, can't see it. Cesar Morales, okay? Cesar Morales breaking up that intended pass there by Longoria. Here we go, Longoria again out of shotgun. He looks back again, looking for a receiver, almost intercepted. It's caught by Escalera. He can't be brought down. And that's a pickup about 5 yards for the Rattlers, but still, that is short of a first down, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Rattlers for the first time as they give it up on downs, and the kicking team comes on the field. Gladiators will have great field possession here, as it'll be a deep punt for the Rattlers. Back to receive for the Gladiators. We have, I believe it's number 5. number 6, guys, sorry. Adrian Maldonado looking to receive here. And take it back for the Rattlers. It's a high kick, short high kick, as it bounces at about midfield. And it is stopped there by the Sharyland Rattlers. Number 42 lands on it.
At the Rattlers 45.
Let me get that for you guys.
First and 10 for the
That's
Gladiators.
Martinez, their defensive end, lands on top of the ball, and that'll give great field possession for the Gladiators as they look to stop the bleeding here, as we've said that some tonight, as they haven't really had an answer for this Sharyland defense. We have Rios lined up at a shotgun with Gomez lined up behind him to his left. He'll have 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. Here's a snap. Here's a fumble by Gomez. Rios handed off to Gomez. Gomez fumbles it. Sharyland lands on it, and it'll be Sharyland ball as number 25 for the Rattlers, Garza, the linebacker, coming up with the ball. So the Gladiators get the ball, 1 down, and they cough it up with 3 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. They'll have time for 1 play, and then we'll jump over to the second quarter, as we'll see what the Rattlers do here with 3 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Will do. Okay, we have Valdez for the Rattlers now in as quarterback. He calls his own number, goes out of bounds at the Gladiator 42-yard line. Valdez coming in as the quarterback for the Rattlers. And Longoria is out for a few snaps. Again, Rattlers coming in with the new quarterback. Valdez now taking over for the Rattlers, as that'll take us into the second quarter as we start the second quarter, and we'll be right back after some commercials. Actually, guys, we'll keep it here. We'll keep it here as play is about to start. Valdez coming in for the Rattlers. Longoria taking a seat, as he was tackled pretty hard in one of the previous plays. Let's hope that's not the reason he's out. So we'll have Valdez again at a shotgun. Scalera lined up to his right. He drops back looking for a receiver. He throws deep. He has an intended receiver, and it's almost caught by the Rattlers, broken up by Gladiators. Breaking it up for the Gladiators was number 2, Edgar Castillo, which would have been, again, another big gain for the Rattlers had he had caught that. Valdez again at a shotgun. Scalera lined up to his left. He hands it off. Here's the motion. He actually keeps it himself. Longoria still on his feet here. He spins, avoids 1 tackle. He's still on his feet, and he drives into the end zone. And that's another touchdown for the Rattlers. Giving up another touchdown are the Gladiators, as that is their 4th touchdown for the have given up in this first half. And as that'll bring up the score 27 and Gladiators 0 as the extra point attempt coming up for the Rattlers. We'll have his own. He just ran into the end zone, and now he's attempting the extra point is Longoria. Valdez here. Valdez up. Here's a kick. Kick is good, signaled by the referees. Brings it up 28 Rattlers, 0 for the Gladiators, and we're still here in the first half, second quarter to be exact. 11 minutes, 39 seconds remaining. And the Gladiators will again receive the ball after giving up a touchdown. And we'll be right back. right, everyone, and we're back as we'll have the Rattlers kicking off to the Gladiators, having two receivers to return. We'll have Valdez kicking off, who has entered also as the Rattler quarterback, and he is their kicker. Big duties for this young man, for the Rattlers, as he'll be kicking off. Receiving is Rios and Maldonado for the Rattlers again, as we'll have a fair catch signaled by the Gladiators, number 1, Jesus Rodriguez, and the Gladiators will take over at about their own 20-yard line. Gladiator defense giving up 4 touchdowns in this first half. We'll have the offense see if they can help them out a bit, cut this deficit. Rios here calls his own number. He looks right. He is brought down after a gain of about 3 yards in his rushing attempt. Slow to get up is Rios. That'll bring up second down. 11:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Rattlers up big, 28-0 on the Gladiators. We'll have Rios again. 2 receivers to his left, 1 receiver to his right. And he have Gomez to his left. He looks for the receiver number 1, Rodriguez, who picks up at about 7 yards. And that'll bring a first down for the Gladiators as they'll move the chains. That's only about the second or third first down the Gladiators have done here tonight, who really haven't been able to pick up too many yards. Let's hope and see that changes for them as they look to march down the field on their second play as they pick up the first down. Gomez lined up to Rios' left. He hands off to cause his own number, correction. He is brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain is Rios. Rios attempted a rush there. He called his own number. He is brought down by the Rattler defense. No gain. Looking at the signals is Rios. Gomez behind Rios to his left. He'll have 2 receivers on his left, 1 receiver on his right. He hands off. Oh, he keeps it himself. He's looking for a receiver. Broken up by number 23 of the Rattlers. Gonzalez breaks up that pass intention, and that'll bring up third down for the Gladiators. 10 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. We got some substitutions. We got number 2 for the Gladiators coming in, Edgar Castillo, to play offense. As Rios looks at his wristband with his rusher for the play call. He'll have 3 receivers to his left. And Gomez, as the Gladiators call a timeout to get things together. It didn't seem they were on the same page on that offensive possession. They'll call a timeout and gather things and talk it over, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Quick timeout there by the Gladiators. Didn't seem they were on the same page on that last offensive down. So they'll talk it over. They talked it over, I should say. It's third down here for them. And about 11 yards to go. We'll have Gomez behind Rios, as you'll have 3 receivers to his left. Gomez switches over on movement. Here's Rios looking to pass. Intended receiver number 1, Jesus Rodriguez, not caught as they give it up on downs again to the Gladiators, and the Rattlers will receive again from the Roma kicking team. 95 kicking off for Gladiators, Brandon Duarte. Receiving in great position will be number 23, Gonzalez, and number 11, Solis for the Rattlers, as they'll look to gain some yards here. Bad snap for the Gladiators, barely got the kickoff. It'll be picked up. Solis fumbles it himself. That's a bad possession here. He's looking to gain some yards on his right side as he's brought down by Gladiator number 3, Eliberto Munoz on the Gladiator, as he's coming up limping. Hope he's okay. And that was not a big game for the Rattlers, as that was 2 bad plays there. That was a bad snap on the Gladiator side and almost a fumble on the Rattler side, as the Rattlers will be on their own 40-yard line, and we have a flag on the Rattlers. So then we'll bring it back. That'll bring the ball back 10 yards to the 30 for the Rattlers. So they have another penalty to the Rattlers, and that'll cost them again 10 yards. In for quarterback again for the Rattlers, we have Longoria, as Valdez is on the sideline now. Longoria, back in the game. Here's the snap out of shotgun. He's looking for number 26, his running back, who is still on his feet, picks up about 5 yards. Number 26 for the Rattlers, Bonilla, and Flores for the Gladiators, bringing them down and pushing them out of bounds. Bonilla, with his first carry for the Rattlers, picks up 5 yards. We'll have second down, 9:13 remaining in the second quarter, as Longoria out of shotgun with Bonilla to his right. He drops back. He's under pressure. He's looking for a receiver, 27 for a receiver for the Rattlers, and is broken up by the Gladiators, number 2. Edgar Castillo breaks up that pass. No good, no completion there, as that'll bring up third down for the Rattlers, and 8 yards to go. And 4 yards to go for the Rattlers. 8:59 remaining in the second quarter. Longoria at a shotgun with Bonilla to his left. Hands off. Here's movement. He hands it off to number 43. Cardenas picks up the first down for the Rattlers, as they'll move the chains, and it'll give them first down. Longoria out of shotgun again. Here's movement. He keeps it himself. He's looking for a receiver. Looks deep. Intended receiver, number 27, as he was given chase by number 19, Iran Flores on the Gladiator side. And number 27 on the Rattlers can't come up with it. Peña for the Rattlers just couldn't bring it in. It was misthrown a bit. I'll give him credit on that, but he got his hands on it, just wasn't able to come up with it. As that'll bring up second down, 10 to go for the Rattlers. And we have Longoria out of shotgun again with Bonilla. Hands it off to Bonilla. Bonilla picks up 5 yards, as we have 2 flags thrown here, and we'll see what they call here. Pick up about 4 or 5 yards for the Rattlers. We'll see if we'll bring it back. It was in the backfield, so it might be on the Rattlers. It might be going back. Yes, it's going to be holding on the Rattlers as it is, and that'll cost them again. And that being one thing that the Rattlers haven't been able to avoid here tonight, the penalties, and that'll cost them.
So there's a total of penalties now. 2nd and 20 from that Rattler.
Longoria still in the game here. He was out for a few snaps last possession, but he's back. He'll have Bonilla behind him. He fakes a throw as he's sacked. Gladiator sacked by number 10, Lionel Peña. Longoria goes down for another loss, and that'll give fourth down. No, sorry, third down for the Rattlers, as they have one more try to pick up first down. Great play there by
From the Rattler 25.
Leonel Peña, as he hurdled a lineman on the Rattler side and was able to catch up to Longoria after a few steps as he was drawing back. That'll be third down and long, very long for the Rattlers. That's about a 30-35 first third down attempt for the Rattlers, as we have a timeout on the field, and we'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Quickly, we are back here, ladies and gentlemen, as again, we have the Rattlers with possession, 7:28 remaining in the second quarter. Third and long for the Rattlers as they talked it over. Longoria still in at quarterback. Bonilla lined up behind him to his left. He drops back, looking for a big play here, looking for a number 2, broken up. Number 11 breaks up a long pass attempt. Cesar Morales as number 2. Gomez was the intended receiver for the Rattlers. Longoria and Gomez trying to connect, but Morales just there to break it up.
Number 6, Adrian Maldonado.
We'll have the kicking team come on the field for the Rattlers.
Running for the Rattlers is number 12.
And we'll have Adrian Maldonado looking to return, which will give him great field position, looks like. Here's the snap, and it's partly blocked, looks like. And we'll have the ball at about the 35, the Gladiator 32, and the Rattlers will pick it up there, and that'll give the Gladiators the ball at their own 33-yard line. Gladiators looking to have something happen here for them before the end of the quarter. And Rios leads his team back on the field. Rattlers been able to stop Gladiator offense pretty easily here tonight, as we'll have 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and Gomez gets the ball. He's rushing, powers down the middle, picks up about 4 yards, as it'll bring up second down for the Gladiators and 6 to go. 6:55 remaining here in the second quarter for the Gladiators and the Rattlers, as we are coming to you again from Roma, Texas Gladiator Arena, as we have District 5A, Region 4 battling, 2 teams battling here tonight and looking to see if they can make a push here in the district standings. We have a pitch out here by Rios to Gomez, picks up another 3 or 4 yards, but that'll bring up third down and 5 to go for the Gladiators.
Brought down by number 22.
That was the first pitch we saw here from Rios tonight, as it seemed he was calling his own number, and at the last minute he saw Gomez open there. Good pickup. It'll bring up third down and 5. At a shotgun, here's the snap. Gomez gets the ball again. He picks up 4, he picks up 5, picks up about 10 yards there, and that'll bring up first down for the Gladiators at midfield at the 50 for the Gladiators, as they quickly move up the field and looking to have a push here themselves. It's been all Rattlers here tonight, as the Gladiator defense really hasn't had a call or an answer for this Rattler offense. and see what this Gladiator offense can do. Again, here we have Gomez again with the handoff, pick up about 1 or 2 yards, and that'll bring up second down for the Gladiators. As again, Gomez has been a big key on this Gladiator rushing attempts, as he's working hard here tonight. Big element for the Gladiators is Gomez. Big senior, experienced senior. Gomez will be again at a shotgun. Gomez lined up to his left. He's looking for a receiver. Intended receiver catches the ball. Pushed out of bounds here. Intended receiver Jesus Rodriguez for a completed catch. And that'll bring up first down for the Gladiators again. 4 minutes 55 remaining in the second quarter. Gladiators looking to make a drive here. Looking to get their first score, as we'll have number 4 come in for the Gladiators. Esteban Barrera. Barrera coming in as a receiver for the Gladiators. He's their second quarterback. He's their second string quarterback, now coming in as a receiver. Here's the snap. Gomez picks up again. He hurdles the line, but there is a flag on the play, what seems like. Yes, there is. It's in the backfield. Might be against the Gladiators, as Frank Villanueva goes out to get an explanation, and the referee says it's full start on the Gladiators, so that'll bring the ball back for them. What seemed to have been a good possible run there for Gomez. He hurdled 2 of his own linemen. Looked to have an opening right down the middle, but there was just some holding there on the line on the Gladiator side. And that brings it back. So it'll be first down and long for the Gladiators, as Rios is at a shotgun again. Gomez blocking for him. He looks deep. Here's Rios, intended receiver. Can't connect with Jesus Rodriguez, correction. Jesus Rodriguez, incomplete pass, as that'll bring up second down and long for the Gladiators. 4:22 remaining in the second quarter, fans. Again, we remind you that this game will be available for video broadcast an hour after game time. An hour after the game ends, correction. Here we have Gomez again, powers down the middle. Not missing a beat. He's back to the original starting point that they had. That's a pick of about 5 yards. That'll bring up third down and about 10 yards for the Gladiators to go, as they are at the Rattler 40-yard line, 36-yard line, correction. Looking to make some moves here. We'll have number 2 come in, Edgar Castillo, for the Gladiators. Jonathan Rios getting his call. Gomez lined up to his left. He's got 2 receivers on his left side. He's hurried, intercepted there by the Rattlers. He tossed it. He's intercepted here by number 45 on the Rattlers, and there is no one to stop him, seems like. Let's see if they can catch up to him, and they won't. Number 45 for the Rattlers with the interception. Great hands there by number 45. Mireles, as he takes the ball 50 yards, and he scores on an interception by Rios, who was under pressure, and it just seems like he just kind of wanted to get rid of it. He gets rid of it, winds up in Mireles' hands, and that cost him another touchdown, as we have 3 minutes and a half remaining in the second quarter, and the Rattlers are still up big, 34-0, as the Gladiators just can't really catch a break here tonight, what seems like. Valdez will attempt the extra kick for the Rattlers. Number 12, Valdez, who is also the second string quarterback and the kicker. The kick is up. The officials signal it is good. Brings it up to 35 points for the Rattlers, 0 for the Gladiators, as we are coming to you from Roma, Texas Gladiator Arena. We thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back after these commercials. Okay, folks, we are back. As again, the Rattlers make it look easy, intercepting a pass by Rios, who just kind of got rid of it, and we'll have the Rattlers scoring 35-0 up on the Gladiators right before the half, and they'll be kicking off. Valdez here looking to kick off. As deep, we'll have the two Gladiator receivers. The kick is up, and it's a short kick, not very long. It is jumped on by Jesus Rodriguez of the Gladiators, and that'll give the Gladiators possession at their own 32-yard line, as they'll have quite a ways to go to the Rattler end zone. Rattlers using both their rushing and passing and their defense to score here tonight. So it hasn't just been their offense, their defense helping them out a bit with that interception by Mireles. Gladiators back on the field. Jonathan will be under center here. He hands off to number 6, Adrian Maldonado, who is also their safety on the motion. He is pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 3 yards. That'll bring up second down for the Gladiators. Maldonado playing both sides, who is their usual safety, playing some offense tonight. Rios again going back under center. They're not really playing that shotgun formation anymore. He'll hand it off to Gomez. Gomez powers down the middle, follows his blockers, but he is brought back after a gain of about 2 yards, and that'll bring up third down for the Gladiators. Gomez being the workhorse here tonight, as they are rushing the ball quite a bit, the Gladiators are. And it seems that whenever they've attempted a pass, they're close to it. It just haven't been able to come up with that big play here tonight to break it open, to break this offense a bit open and kind of get a momentum going for them. They've been kind of stagnant here tonight. Rios again will be under center. He'll have Gomez right behind him. He hands it off to Gomez. No pickup, no gain, and that'll bring up fourth down for the Gladiators as the kicking team comes on, and that'll give the Rattlers what seems like great field position right before the half. 1 minute 56 remaining in the second quarter. Rattlers up 35-0, as we'll go to some commercials before the Rattler possession. All right, folks, we are back here as the Gladiators elected to take a timeout there, and they'll be going for this down, correction. Well, they do have their kicker back, so it looks like they are going to go ahead and choose to kick. We'll have Duarte kicking off. We'll have two Rattler players looking to return. We'll have number 11 who tips it, fumbles it, the ball is loose, but he recovers and is able to land on top of it is Solis. Solis, it took a bounce on the floor. He tried to catch it in above his head. He fumbled it for a bit, but luckily he was able to fall on top of it, as that didn't cost him. Gladiators were hoping to jump on that quickly and almost did, as the Rattlers take over at their own 35-yard line. First down, 1:48 remaining in the second quarter, right before half. At quarterback, we'll keep number 4, Longoria, for the Rattlers. And we'll have Bonilla lined up behind him to his right. Two receivers on his right also. Here's Longoria. Longoria looking for someone. He finds a receiver. A receiver who is still on his feet after about a 30-yard pickup. He was a quick pitch to number 11, Solis for the Rattlers, who picks up about 40 yards on that quick pass correction. And he picks up big yards for the Rattlers there. 1:30 remaining in the second quarter before half, and the Rattlers looking to add to this lead, which is already quite big, as they're looking to make some more damage, and no looks of them slowing down. Longoria here. Here's a snap. Can't find a receiver. He keeps it himself. He's still on his feet, and he is tackled down by number 70 on the Gladiator side. I don't have a name for him, but number 70 coming up with the tackle there for the Gladiators. And Longoria picks up, if anything, maybe a yard, and he is brought down. That'll keep the clock running. 50 seconds remaining. Second down for the Rattlers. 40 seconds remaining here. Longoria gets the snap. He's looking for somebody deep. He has an intended receiver. No completion there. Intended receiver for the Rattlers. If I can see his number a bit, guys. But Longoria there, knowing that he probably has to pass to get closer to the end zone, as he is at the Gladiator 40-yard line. Intended receiver for them was number 3, Tames. Finally got a number on him. And here are flags on the next snap, and he was out of shotgun, was Longoria. But here we have some flags on the play. And that'll be again against the Rattlers, as that'll bring the ball back 10 yards. 5 yards correction. And we'll have Longoria again at a shotgun with Bonilla lined up behind him to his right. He's looking for a receiver. He's under pressure. Number 3 chases him from the Gladiator side. Number 3, Eliberto Munoz, chasing Longoria, bringing him down. But right before that, Longoria was able to get rid of it. That'll bring up 4th down. And no loss there, but also no gain for the Rattlers. Great defensive possession there, or here by the Gladiators, as Munoz giving great defensive pressure, not allowing Longoria to see any of his receivers. And we'll have again Longoria at a shotgun again. Bonilla lined up behind him to his right. Sorry, correction, that's number 30 for the Rattlers. I've been saying Bonilla, but it's Escalera. Escalera there with the defensive block. Rattlers punt it. It goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And the Gladiators will take over right before the half. 19 seconds remaining here in the first half of this game. As we said earlier, District 5A Region 4. Rattlers 1-0 still. Gladiators 0-1. Each team trying to improve their district record. Rattlers trying to stay hot. As here we go, Gladiator possession. 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Rios here gets a snap and he kneels it, and that'll give up the clock. That'll wind down the clock, and we'll go into the half with the Sharyland Rattlers up 35-0 on the Gladiators. Gladiators not having much of anything here in this first half. We'll see if they can come back and wake up a bit in the second half. We'll go to some commercials and we'll be back.
would like to announce the winner of the Band Booster Club raffle, and his ticket number 5461683. Ariana Garza, you're
We
the
have
winner.
5A, Region 4, District 16
Report to
matchup.
the band concession stand for the
And
prize. Ariana Garza,
score again
ticket
being
number
35-0, Sharyland on top, being
5461683.
Sharyland Rattler game pretty much all night, as the Gladiators really haven't been able to do much here tonight. We're about to have the second half start underway as the teams find their way back to the field and get set to get started. We'll go to some commercial breaks and we'll be right back with the start of the second half. Thanks for tuning in, guys, as we get started again. All right, and so we're back as the Rattlers will kick off to the Gladiators. And deep to receive we'll have number 33, David Rios, and number 6, Adrian Maldonado for the Gladiators. And we'll have Valdez, which will probably be, who has been kicking off all game. More than likely kicking off for the Rattlers again in the second half. Again, dominating performance by the Rattlers as they've been both attacking through the air and on the ground, and they really haven't had anyone stop them. So as we get started here with the kick, it's a short kick. It's hauled in by number 2, Edgar Castillo for the Gladiators. He chooses the left side. He goes up down the middle. He's brought down by 2 Rattlers, number 26 and number 34 for the Rattlers. Bring him down as Castillo brings up the ball to the 33-yard line on the Rattler side. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Gladiators as the PA announcer echoes into our broadcast. We got Rios here at a shotgun. Hands off to Gomez right away, looking for the ground game as Gomez picks up about 4 yards as he is brought down by number 22 on the Rattler side, Pascual.
Gomez gains 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
Getting his signals from his coaches is Rios. Rios having some difficulty, finding his receivers. His receivers trying to help him out at times, just aren't able to haul in the passes, as we'll have Gomez lined up behind Rios' left side as the ball is out here. It's snapped. Gomez chooses again to power it down the middle, follows his lineman as he is brought down, number 14, and that'll bring up 3rd down for the Gladiators. 10:44 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down for the Gladiators, as I just said. Rios getting his signals. Gomez again lines up behind him. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Handoff again to Gomez. Gomez chooses to follow his line down the middle, and he is brought back from the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring a 4th down. Kicking team on for the Gladiators, as that was another quick 4 and out for the Gladiators, just not being able to find an answer here tonight. Rattler defense just having their way and not allowing much. Number 95, Duarte for the Gladiators, kicking, receiving. Deep to receive will be the Rattlers, 2 Rattler returners, and the ball will be a touchback as it goes out of bounds in the end zone. Touchback. The Rattlers will be taking possession at their own 25-yard line, what seems like 20-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Rattlers from their own 20.
We'll see who the Rattlers choose to bring in as quarterback, as we've seen 2 quarterbacks, we've had Valdez and Longoria sharing snaps here tonight. And we'll have Longoria here with number 30, Escalera, to his right. Here's a pickup about 10 yards. Gladiator number David Rios for the Gladiators, bringing down number 33, David Rios, bringing him down. And that'll be first down. Okay, correction. That was a pickup of 9. So 1 yard to go for the Rattlers. As Longoria will be out of shotgun. Number 11 in motion. He hands off to number 8. He keeps his own number. He calls his own number, correction, for Longoria does. He picks up the first down and more. David Rios again being very busy on defense as he tackles Longoria. After picking up the first down, that'll move the chains for 1st and 10. We'll have Escalera to his right, to Valdez, Longoria's right, but Escalera takes it up the middle, picks up about 5 yards, brings up 2nd down, 8:41 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Rattlers taking possession deep in their own field and moving up the field with ease. Again, Longoria calls his own number, keeps the ball. Goes right, can't find in a hole, goes left, finds a hole now. Brought down at the 45-yard line by the Gladiators, but we have a flag. We have a flag here, and it seems to be on the Rattlers. It was in the backfield, so that's my guess. We'll see what the referee calls here. Holding on the Rattlers, yes it is. It's on the Rattlers, so bring it back. Bring it back for the Rattlers, as that'll bring up 2nd down and long now after that penalty. And Longoria will try to, will bring him closer to a 1st down here. Escalera doing a lot of the busy work here tonight for the Rattlers as well, sharing snaps with Bonilla. Here's Longoria, quick pass out to the right side, finds number 3 for the Rattlers as he is brought down by Edgar Castillo. Number 3 for the Rattlers, Tames with the haul and brings him down to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Rattlers as Longoria at a shotgun, Escalera to his left. He's got triple receivers to his left as well on the left side. Escalera in motion. Here's a quick pass out to the left to Escalera. Picks up. Oh, he almost went down, but he was able to keep his feet, keep his balance, and pick up almost the 1st down, what seems like. Escalera really, really using his power and his quick feet to get there. It'll bring up 4th down and what seems to be 1 yard for the Rattlers, so he'll be a decision time for the Rattlers. It'll be a decision for the Rattlers to see if they'll go for it on 4th down, which seems they are. The kicking team stays on the sideline. The offense stays on the field. And Longoria and the Rattlers will look to get this first down on 4th. Here's a quick pass out to number 3 on the Rattlers. He catches it. It's a 1st down. If he received, yes, he does. He hauls it in. Number 3, Tames brings it in. He's brought down by Castillo, and that'll be a 1st down for the Rattlers. 7 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter for the Rattlers. And again, they've had a few catches and a few runs, and they've been able to see past the penalty, the Rattlers have. And they've been able to stay in this possession here by gaining that 1st down. We have a flag on the play. Wait, correction, no flag here. They're setting the ball down here after that 1st down. They just kind of wanted to be sure where they were how many yards he picked up. Officials get it on the ground now. We're ready to go. Longoria out of shotgun. Escalera down to his left. He's looking for a receiver. He looks down the middle, and it's almost intercepted as it is padded away by number 10, Leonel Peña. And what seemed to be Adrian Maldonado patted away and nearly intercepted that pass by Longoria, as his intended receiver just couldn't come up with it. Longoria looking at his wristband, getting the play call. Escalera again, set up behind him. He's in shotgun, 13 in motion. He hands off to Escalera. He picks up about 6 yards for the Rattlers. Tackle there by David Rios on the Gladiator side, as that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Rattlers. We'll see what the Rattlers call here. Longoria getting his play call, getting his play. Escalera lined up to his left out of shotgun. 2 receivers on each side for the Rattlers. They choose to give it to Escalera. Escalera gets it, picks up about 3 yards as he is brought down by the Gladiators. Number 23, number 33, both combined for that tackle. Number 3 seems to have helped out Eliberto Munoz for that tackle there. Number 70, Jesus Garcia, getting subbed out for the Gladiators. 5:43 remaining in the 3rd quarter as the Rattlers have possession. Longoria gets a snap. He's looking for a deep pass. Doesn't connect with his receiver. His receiver just went left and he threw right. Just can't connect there, as the Gladiators will take over now on downs as the kicking team comes on the field for the Rattlers. And the Gladiators will soon take over on this kick. Correction, that was 4th down for the Rattlers, so the Gladiators will take over now. No kick needed here. Correction, guys, sorry about that. Rios will be under center. Here's a snap. He hands off to Maldonado, who picks up about 4 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Gladiators, what seems to be there. About 6 yards. Adrian Maldonado playing multiple positions here tonight for the Gladiators. Rios under center. Here's the snap. He hands off to Felix Gomez this time. Gomez able to pick up a yard, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 to go. Big play here for the Gladiators as they look to make something happen. It just seems that they can't get past this stingy Rattler defense. Really haven't been able to pick up past 5 yards, 6 yards at a time. We'll see what Rios does here under center. Here's the snap. He hands off. He hands off again to Maldonado. Maldonado just really can't go anywhere, and they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down and the kicking team for the Gladiators. Seems the story of their night for the Gladiators. Seems to be. It's at midfield, so it shouldn't be too much of a comfortable return for the Rattlers. They've had some trouble receiving at times, where either it goes over their head or just kind of they fumble it. But we'll see what happens here. Number 95 Duarte kicks off. It's a long kick. Goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Great kick there by Duarte, and the Rattlers will take over at their own 15-yard line when we come back. And we're back as the Gladiators just kicked off, and the Rattlers will take over for their 2nd possession of the 2nd half. They were stopped on their 1st possession. Longoria is still in that quarterback. He keeps his own number. Correction, guys, that was Valdez. not Longoria. Valdez in at quarterback again for the Rattlers. Longoria taking a break. And Valdez, who's also their kicker, who's also been kicking here tonight, extra points, is their second string quarterback who has been seeing a lot of action tonight. Valdez at a shotgun, and there's a flag. No play here. It's a dead play. There's a flag.
False start against the Rattlers. Second and 15.
We had a flag on the play, and that's against the Rattlers. Penalties being a big downfall for them tonight, but it really hasn't seemed to affect them too much when it comes to scoring, as they lead 35-0 on the Gladiators, 3:16 remaining in the third quarter. We'll keep Valdez in the game, as here's the snap at a shotgun. He keeps it himself. They can't find a receiver. He'll keep it himself. He had, as he was going down, he looked for number 3, Tamez, but who couldn't haul in the catch. And they'll keep their original. They'll keep their original side of correction here. There was a flag now. Sorry, guys. And that was against the Gladiators. And they'll move it up as that second down for the Rattlers. Second down and what seems to be 10 here for the Rattlers. Valdez looking for a receiver, almost intercepted by number 33, David Rios, again being very active on defense with tackles and, you know, finding his way to the ball many times. He almost intercepted it there by Valdez, as he had an intended receiver and they couldn't connect. David Rios, the senior, showing his IQ, being at the right place, just couldn't come in with it. Here we go again. Here's a play. Valdez looks for a deep pass. The receiver is open if he brings it in. And number 11, Solis, just cannot come down with it. That would have been a big gain for them. The ball was all but into his chest, would seem like. He had it, just can't come up with it. He had it about 50% into his chest, and he just couldn't come up with it. Tamez has been a big target tonight, but just hasn't been able to get those gains in yards because he just can't come up with it at times. That'll be fourth down for the Rattlers as they kick away. Adrian Maldonado to receive. It's a short kick. The Rattlers will haul it in at their own 37-yard line, and the Gladiators will take over close, a bit closer than they've been normally tonight, and see if they can score. Rios at quarterback, Jonathan Rios for the Gladiators at quarterback, and he'll have Gomez lined up behind him to his right. He'll have twins on his right, one receiver alone to his left, and he's looked to his lone receiver, just can't connect. They weren't on the same page. Intended receiver number 8 for the Gladiators, Christian Diaz, who was blocking, seemed like, I think he kind of expected maybe a run. He expected somebody to come from behind him, yet Rios was looking to get him the ball. And now we have Christian Diaz coming out, and we'll have Marco Garcia take over at this receiver position for Jonathan, to see if he can help out Jonathan Rios here. We'll have some players in motion. We'll have Gomez behind to his right, to the right of Rios. Rios hands off to Gomez. Gomez powers down the middle. It'll bring up third down with about 2 yards to go for the first down. Sorry guys, had to sneeze there. Third down, 2 to go for the Gladiators at the Rattler 30-yard line. Looking to score here with 2 minutes remaining. Rios hands off to Gomez. Gomez tries to get to the first down marker. Seems to be short by a yard.
Number 32.
Seems to be short by a yard. It'll be a big decision for the Gladiators here if they decide to go for it
Fourth down.
on 4th down. And it seems that they're going to. Why not? I mean, this could just be a potential score here, as Rios and the offense will stay on the field. Rios will be out of shotgun here with Gomez lined up to his right. He'll have two receivers to his right. He'll look for a receiver here. Can't come up with it.
That ball is complete.
Intended receiver.
Rattlers will be taking over on downs.
Intended receiver here. Sorry folks, no, that's Christian Diaz again. The intended receiver just can't come up with it, and the Gladiators will give it up on down. 1:26 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Rattlers break from the huddle as they are ready to move upfield at their own 31-yard line. 29-yard line, correction. Gladiator defense been on the field a lot tonight.
Number 10 is brought
We'll
down.
keep Valdez at quarterback for the Rattlers as he handed off there for number 30, Escalera. He handed it off to Escalera, who picked up a yard. That'll be 2nd down, 9 to go for the Rattlers at their own 29-yard line, 30-yard line. Quick pass out to the number 14 from Valdez. Number 14, the intended receiver, Sanchez, comes up with it and picks up 2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. 7 yards to go for the Rattlers. Valdez getting the play from his coaches. Lines up his troops. He's out of shotgun with Escalera lined up to his right. Escalera gets the ball. Escalera gets the ball, yes.
Brought down by number 7, Mario Barrera.
Gladiator Barrera bringing down Escalera, who didn't pick up much there. Brings up 4th down. The kicking team is on the field for the Rattlers as they give it up.
Adrian Maldonado.
As they'll be giving it up, number 6, Adrian Maldonado, back to receive for the Gladiators to receive this kick, and they'll potentially be in good field position after this kick here by the Rattlers. That's the end of the 3rd quarter from Roma, Texas, Gladiator Arena. We have the Sharyland Rattlers up 35-0 on the Gladiators, as we'll switch sides when the Gladiators start the 4th quarter with the ball. We'll be right back. All right, folks, and we're back here as the Rattlers are about to kick off. Adrian Maldonado back to receive for the Gladiators. See what he can do with the ball. It's a long high kick for Maldonado, who's going to let it bounce. He picks it up, correction. No, he's going to keep it in play. He picks up a few yards that he's brought down by number 21 and number 42 for the Rattlers. Martinez for the Rattlers and number 21 there, helping out on the play to bring down Maldonado. Gladiators here will take over. At their own 25-yard line. 11:48 remaining in the 4th quarter as we just started it. Rattlers up big. We have the referees here talking it over, discussing something. I don't know if it was on the kickoff that they saw, but they're talking it over, trying to get on the same page here. Are we ready to play? Yes, we are. Referee coming over to Gladiator head coach Frank Villanueva to discuss. We're going to have a penalty as they'll bring back the ball, and that'll bring them back. It's a penalty against the Gladiators, and they'll now have the ball at their own 5-yard line. What seems to be an unsportsmanlike play here. Penalty. And they'll start from their own 5 or 6-yard line now. The flag was deep in Sharyland territory. Rio's almost in his own end zone. Here's the snap. He's looking for a receiver, trying to gain some yards here. Just can't connect. Receiver was nowhere near that intended receiver here. Esteban Barrera, who is also their backup quarterback. The intended receiver, nowhere near the play there. Gladiators will try again here on 2nd down and 10. Rios will be out of shotgun here. Gomez lined up to his left. He hands it off to Gomez. Gomez picks up about 1 yard, correction. And he is brought down by the Rattlers, which was about maybe a yard or no gain at all for the Gladiators. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Out of yes, and we saw that coming from the very beginning. You know, he expected the flags to be flying. That'll be offsides, and it'll be against the Gladiators. So that'll be what seems to be half the distance to the goal line. So that'll bring them back into their, even deeper into their territory. Third down here for the Gladiators. Rios will call it out of shotgun here. Hands it off to Gomez. Gomez tries his best to stay on his feet and out of the end zone. And that's no gain for the Gladiators as it brings up 4th down. And once they kick it here, which has been the story for the Gladiators, they'll be kicking for a very good Rattler possession here once they kick it. We'll have number 95, Duarte, coming in to kick. And like I just said, that'll give great possession to the Rattlers again. Number 1 and number 23 for the Rattlers back to receive. 23, Gonzalez. And Hinojosa for the Rattlers. Hinojosa here with the ball. He chooses to go to the right. He cuts back down the middle as he is brought down by number 2, Edgar Castillo for the Gladiators, as the Rattlers will now be deep in Gladiator territory. The 28 seems like close to the 30-yard line, as they will not have to go very far to score.
1st and 10 at the Gladiator 28.
9:56 remaining in the 4th quarter. First down. Rattler first down here. We have Valdez still in at quarterback for the Rattlers. Escalera lined up to his right. He's got twins on each side. He looks deep. Pass intended receiver number 2. It is intercepted. It is intercepted by number 11 on the Gladiator side. Cesar Morales, great hands, able to time that pass perfectly and get a takeaway on the Rattlers, as they looked to be in great position to score. And the Gladiators come right back on that defensive possession and stop them with that interception by Morales. Great hands there by Morales. That's some life there for the Gladiators. Gladiator defense working very hard here tonight as they had a lot of possessions on the Rattler side. 9:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. Gladiators at their own 2-yard line, 3-yard line. Rios hands off to Gomez. Gomez spins as he is brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That'll bring up second down for the Gladiators. 2nd and 10 for the Gladiators. Again, they were just in a similar position, deep in their own territory. We'll have Rios line up under center this time. Hand off, as that seems to be another handoff with no gain again. That'll bring up third down for the Gladiators. 10 to go. 8:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. Sharyland Rattlers up big on the Gladiators, 35-0. Gladiators trying to stay out of their own end zone in this third down. Rios under center. He hands off again. Gomez overpowers one defender, pushes through him. The ball is loose. Here we go. I don't know if the whistle has blown though. Had the whistle blown, that is the question, or will it be a fumble? Yeah, they're going to call it down. They'll call it down, and that'll bring up fourth down for the Gladiators as the kicking team comes on the field. Gladiators will kick away, giving the Rattlers what seems like, again, good field position. We have a running clock here, 7:56 remaining. Here's a snap. Duarte kicks off. Quick kick. As Sharyland recovers here, receives it here at the 30-yard line. And now they'll get another chance at the end zone from Gladiator 30-yard line. It seems to be that on that play there, the first possession there from Valdez and the Rattlers, it seems to be offsides on someone. Flags are thrown all over the place. We'll see who's going to be on. The officials are talking it over. I saw the line on each side move. We'll see who they're going to call it on. Who moved first? It's going to be offsides on the Gladiators. So that'll move up the ball and get it closer for the Rattlers. We're going to have Valdez stay in the game as the quarterback for the Rattlers. Escalera will continue to be their running back. He'll line up to the right of Valdez. He'll have twins on each side. He hands off to Escalera. Escalera powers down the middle, follows his line, gets a couple of blocks, and he picks up a good little gain there, and it'll be second down and 2 to go for the first down. Second down for the Rattlers here as Valdez gets his play. Lines up twins on each side. Escalera to his right. Here's 43 in motion, hands off, keeps his own, calls his own number correction. I don't think it's enough for the first down though. He might have picked up about 1 yard. They had 2 to go. Picks up 1. That'll bring up third down and 1 as Valdez kept it himself there trying to pick up the first down. Just couldn't get there. We got 6:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. Sharyland up 35-0 on the Gladiators. And we're going to go ahead and have a penalty there.
Against the Rattlers.
Again, it's going to be against the Rattlers, and that'll bring them back. And it'll make it 12 yards now to go to the Rattlers. That'll be 2nd and 12 at the Gladiator 37-yard line.
As a result of that penalty, now 2nd and 16 from the Gladiator 37.
Valdez getting his calls. And as a running back now we'll have Bonilla back in the game for the Rattlers. So Bonilla will line up now to the right of Valdez. Rattlers, as you can see, have several weapons to use on this offense. And here's the snap. They'll give it to Bonilla. Bonilla cuts left, cuts middle. He is brought down. He is finally brought down by several Gladiators after a pickup about maybe 2 yards.
And number 71, Luzanga. Third down. Correction, 4th down.
It'll bring up 4th down for the Rattlers. And they'll decide to go for it. Big decision here for the Rattlers. They're trying to see if they can get Roma to jump off sides in this play here. Valdez tried to trick him there. Fake snap, trying to call a fake snap. Now he calls it. Now they snap it. He's under pressure a bit. He's almost brought down. He's able to escape a few Gladiators. He's still up. He's way behind the 1st down mark. And he is brought down almost at the line of scrimmage. And he's able not to pick up anything, and that'll give the ball back to the Gladiators. And the Gladiators will have another try at the end zone. 5 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. As Rios will bring his group back on the field. Here we have Rios trying to get on the same page with his line and his receivers as he directs them. Officials about to put the ball on the floor and get started here. And we're set for this 1st down for the Gladiators. He's under center. He hands off to Gomez. Gomez stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2 yards, about 2 yards, as the Gladiators continue to struggle a bit in the 2nd half. That'll be 2nd down and about 11 or 12 yards remaining to go. Gomez lined up to the right of Rios. Rios hands it off to Gomez. Gomez powers down the middle, follows his blockers. Big gain of about 13 yards there for Gomez as that moves the chains and brings up 1st down for the Gladiators. 4:44 remaining in the 4th quarter. Gladiators trying to make something happen here in the final minutes and see if they can keep from being shut out this week by the Rattlers. Gladiators gaining that 1st down from Gomez. Rios is out of shotgun formation here. He hands off to Gomez again. Gomez goes right. He's twisted. He's pulled there after about a yard, picking up a yard, and he's brought down. 2nd down and 9 to go for the Gladiators. 4 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. Gladiators moving slowly but surely up this field after gaining that big 1st down from Gomez. One of his most explosive runs of the night. Trainer halfway into the field for the Gladiators and then comes back as it seems that they're going to be calling a timeout, Gladiators, to check on their players. Number 36 for the Gladiators, coming off slowly off the field, and they'll take a closer look at him. Victor Peña for the Gladiators coming off slowly. Sorry folks, no timeout there. That was just an injury timeout there as they got him off the field. Rios again and his troops back on the field. Second down and 9 for the Gladiators. Rios is out of shotgun. Felix to his left. He's looking for a receiver. He attempts to find number 1. He does. He finds number 1, Jesus Rodriguez, for a pickup about 8 yards. 1 yard to go here when it brings up third down. Third down and 1 for the Gladiators after an 8-yard pickup, as Jesus Rodriguez is able to haul in that catch from Jonathan Rios. Jonathan Rios again out of shotgun. Gomez lines up to his right. He hands it off to Gomez to see if he can pick up the first down. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage. He's fighting for that extra yard and seems to have gotten it. Seems to have picked up the first down. And yes, they're going to call that first down for the Gladiators as they try to get something moving here, as that's their second first down of the possession. 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Gladiators moving upfield slowly but surely against this Rattler defense, who has been very stingy tonight, not really allowing much. And here we go, first down for the Gladiators at the Rattler 41-yard line. Rios is ready, gets his call. There's the snap. He's looking for another receiver. His target, again, Jesus Rodriguez, his target. He finds him for a pickup about 3 yards, and that'll bring up second down and 7 for the Gladiators. 2:25 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Gladiator doing their most damage here in these final minutes as they pick up the most yards. Jonathan here looking for a pass. He looks for number 15. The intended receiver Marco Garcia just can't come up with it, as that'll bring up second down and 7 for the Gladiators. 2:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. Down 35 to the Rattlers. Officials discuss it, they talk it over. Let's see what they're calling here. That'll be a penalty on the Gladiators. Bring it back, bring the ball back. And just as the Gladiators were getting some momentum, they bring it back.
The eligible player downfield against the Gladiators.
And that'll bring up second down and long. Here's the snap. Oh, Jonathan fumbles it. Jonathan Rios fumbles it. He is down. He is touched by number 99 on the Rattlers, Perales. And that'll bring up third down for the Gladiators and long. 2 minutes remaining. Running clock. Third and long here for the Gladiators. Let's see if they can make something happen here. Rios out of shotgun. Gomez lines up to his right. He hands it off to Gomez. Gomez powers down the middle, picks up big yards there. About 7 yards he picks up, but just not enough for the first down, which they had about 19 to go, so nowhere near the first down marker. And they'll give it up. Now they'll kick away to the Rattlers, which will probably end the game here on this possession for the Rattlers. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll have two different Rattlers receiving this time. We got number 7, Cajero, back to, and here's the kick. Cajero kicks it here. He chooses to go down the right. There's a great block on the Rattlers. He's still on his feet, and he's out of bounds. He's pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. As we have 40 seconds, 41 seconds remaining, which will seems a couple more downs here, and that'll probably be the game for the Rattlers. We're going to keep Valdez here at quarterback for this final couple possessions. Couple downs, I mean. Here's Valdez, here's the snap. He hands it off to number 14, who doesn't go anywhere. He's stopped by number 7, Mario Barrera of the Gladiators, for a loss of 2 or 3 yards for the Rattlers. 26 seconds remaining in this game, as it's been all Sharyland Rattlers tonight, shutting out the Gladiators. 10 seconds remaining, and they'll just let the clock run out. And we thank you for joining us. That'll be the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you for joining us from Roma, Texas. That is the ball game. We have Sharyland 35, Roma Gladiators 0, as the Gladiators now fall to 0-2, and the Rattlers go up to 2-0, stay undefeated in district play. And they will be facing Couch next week, who is another team who has been struggling as of late. And the Gladiators will take on Laredo Figueroa in Laredo next week. We thank you for tuning in. We thank you for watching. We ask you that you subscribe when you're, to our channel so you continue to listen to more games. We thank you for joining us. Thank you for chiming in, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.